Trading stocks, futures, options on futures, and retail off-exchange foreign currency transactions involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances, knowledge, and financial resources. You may lose all or more of your initial investment. Opinions, market data, and recommendations are subject to change at any time.
Happy Sunday afternoon, y'all. Hope you're having a very, very good weekend. Okay, we are about 45 minutes from the Futures Globex session opening up for the week. And just a quick recap of last week. Well, y'all know what happened. Stocks fell for the fourth week in the 5 weeks following that higher than expected consumer inflation report. And of course, this Wednesday, all eyes turn to the economic calendar, as on Wednesday, the Federal Reserve interest rate decision will be here and commentary following it at 2:30 Eastern. So you got 2 p.m. the decision, 2:30. Powell will be having a speech, and everybody will be listening in on what he says. Current expectations are for a 75-point basis hike, with the market pricing in about a 20% chance for a 100 basis point hike. So that's what we have for the week ahead. However, this past week, I had the pleasure and opportunity to interview Darrell, the CEO of Apex Trader Funding. And I have a Facebook trader funding community group. Let me just bring in that image so you can see the group. It's facebook.com/groups/proptrader. The link is below, along with the current Apex sale that's going on, 50% off all evaluations. So you can get the link and discount code and the link to the group here. So it's a great trading community. We have over 3,500 members in it. And so I asked the question to the trading community that the CEO of Apex granted me an interview for, what questions would you like me to ask him? So I jotted down all the questions. We had 20 comments, and I consolidated the questions, the one that were kind of the same, and I just shot them straight to Darrell, and he answered it. So I've got about a live 25-minute unedited video interview that I conducted with Darrell. I did the interview on Zoom, and so we will get to that once the interview is over. I'll come back and wrap it up. A couple other things, though, is Darrell has agreed to give away to one member of the Facebook group, so that's a good reason to join, a $300,000 traders funding account. You go to apextrader.com, you scroll down, and $300,000 is their largest evaluation that they have, and we're going to give away one to somebody in the Facebook community. So join and look for that post about how to win the free $300,000 account. We also will have a exclusive sale coming up as well. So let's get right to this interview. I'll play the interview, and I'll come back and just wrap things up as we get ready to go into this trading week. So let me pull it up here, and let's get started. All right. Good morning, Darrell. I have Darrell, the CEO of Apex Trader Funding, with us for an interview today. And we had some questions from our Facebook group that we have that we wanted to send to Darrell and see if he would answer them for us and tell us a little bit more about his company. So to get started, I just want to go ahead and start, Darrell. Tell us a little bit about your personal trading journey and why you started Apex Trader Funding.
Started my personal trading journey about 15, 16 years ago. I decided I needed to make more money
Yeah.
because I was going to have a daughter. And so I got into trading and I learned about it. Just happened to be at an event where some guy was talking about it, and I didn't know anything about it. And bought his course, and of course it sat on myself for a few months, then finally dug it out. And it got me started and got me going. And then I started going to seminars and, webinars and buying courses, buying books, and finally found a few people who knew what they were doing in trading. Some, previous floor traders and fund managers and things like that. Worked with them in their skyscrapers in New York, learned, how the markets really work. After I did that, I started trading, made quite a bit with my job 60 days after I started live trading.
Wow.
And I had a 6-figure job, so, it was going pretty well. And decided I needed to record what I'd learned, because I went through a lot of, I'll say crap, in the trading journey of trying to find information that was valuable. And so I started recording videos for my daughter. So that way, one day, if I wasn't around, she would have the information she needed to be able to do it herself. And she actually trades now, and so does my son. She's 15. And one of my friends talked me into making it a website that became apexinvesting.com. Has 30,000 plus, users worldwide that have come on and, learn from us there. And just as I got into trading, then I found, a lot of traders just didn't have the money to trade. They wanted to trade, they had skills, but they just didn't have the funds. And so I looked at different trading funding companies. I tried a bunch of them out. I actually got one of them I did really well. I went in, but they capped my payout. And won't really go into who the company is, but they made it to where, like, hey, you can only make $50,000 now. I made $300,000 in a month, and they capped me out. And so I decided, this can be done better. There's too many rules out there. There's too many things that, shouldn't apply to trading, and that are just making it hard to be funded. And I saw a good opportunity to, find good traders and be able to, share in the profits with those profitable traders as well. And so I launched Apex Trader Funding, and it has taken off. We're now the largest trader funding company in the US. So, it's really, really taken off this past year.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself. My Facebook group, I added y'all Apex probably about April, and my membership has grown to over 3,000 members. It's just grown significantly since I've added Apex in there to it. And and I've even noticed you don't even have to have sales quite as often as some of the other people do, because you're doing quite well.
Yeah.
And I kind of hate all these little sale gimmick things, but that's another thing. But speaking of, you talk about giving money back, I know over the last year, even you guys and other people have even made Top Step making some changes lately, but Lulu made a change that said, where they moved for the first $8,000, they jumped your 10,000 to 12,500. So
right.
Do you plan on meeting or exceeding that 12.5 payout that Lulu offers, or anything like changing down the road with the payout?
Well, we are already exceeding their payout, because we allow $10,000 per account. They allow $12,500 per trader.
Oh, wow. See, that is something I did not really realize. So I am definitely going to make a note of that. That's huge. That's big.
Yeah, because we allow 20 accounts. So, you could get $200,000 100%.
Oh, well, then you're nowhere near even what Lulu is. So
we're way
that's something new to me that I will be sure to let everybody in that Facebook group know, because I don't think everybody quite knows that. So,
and we don't cap payouts. So lifetime payouts. So,
okay. So you're in good shape compared to Lulu. Then I think that's a question that I always seem to get, and so I think there's some confusion in that area, and so hopefully that will.
Yeah, they think it's more, and it's like, really, it's $10,000 per account. So versus per trader. So yeah, we're way above them.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, we noticed a lot of people are making changes, trying to catch up to us. So, but we got even more coming. We have some cool stuff coming later this year too.
Oh, neat. Good.
Yeah.
So everybody always, when you get a PA account, wonders how long people actually keep PA accounts. So we had a question that said, according to the data that you have, what's the average time a trader kind of keeps a PA account before they either fail or decide to, move on to their own money trading?
We've had traders within, 4 or 5 months, they make 200-300 grand, they decide to go ahead. 400 grand, they decide to move on and open their own funded account. Some traders stay with us. They like the leverage. They like the have the multiple accounts. As far as the percentage, it really just varies by trader. There's not a stat that I can give you that would be truly reflective of what to expect, because some traders, they've been with us for no problem with a year going on. We got plenty of those, and then we got some people who blow their P on their first day, just to be frank. So it's really all over the board depending upon the trader. But we definitely have traders that have been going for a long time, and they get consistent monthly payouts.
All right. Well, the next kind of question we get with payouts are you working on any payout improvements, and are there any plans down the line to accept PayPal?
We did accept PayPal, but we had so much volume. Like I said, we got so large, so fast that PayPal got scared. And so that's why we just accept cards. So we don't really plan on accepting PayPal in the future. We do accept, obviously all major credit cards. And then as far as payout improvements, we do have some things coming down the line. I can't reveal quite what those are yet, but be looking for some announcements here later in the year.
Okay, great. Well, we'll be patient. It'll be maybe a good Christmas for some Apex traders then.
Yeah.
So have you considered allowing any overnight holds using maybe micros? Some of the competitors use a little bit, allow swing of 2 or 3 micros. Any thoughts of you having anything that would have a swing or micro overnight holds?
No, we don't really do that because there's not really a big advantage for holding for 1 hour, and there's a lot of the problem is the risk management tools don't actually allow you to limit it just to micros. If those companies are doing that, you could actually go in and do full size contracts and they wouldn't even be able to tell. Unless they manually looked it up. So it doesn't allow for good risk management. There's major gaps over weekends that you got to worry about.
Yeah.
And that could be really good for you or really bad for you. We want things that are really consistent. We want to keep the company healthy. So that's a big thing that we have is, we just have them close it, but they can reopen it right at 6. So, close by 4:59, which is the latest that anybody allows to close. And then, reopen it right at 6 o'clock and you can keep going.
Right.
So,
okay. I kind of agree with that too. We've had questions where like, why don't they have just a micro account? I'm like, well, you can trade micros on your mini instead of minis if you want. So you can have a micro account if you want, just don't trade minis, just control yourself.
Exactly.
On there. Well, next question I got is what % of traders pass an evaluation and get funded? And what % of traders succeed in getting a payout?
Again, it's hard to say the exact percentage, but I'd say about 33 to 40% a month. We have we got 3,300 PAs this last month. The month before that, we had over 4,000 new PA accounts were created, and quite a few of those get payouts. We pay out, I think, an average of 300 grand. I think we paid 400 grand out last month. So total to traders. And we paid out over $2 million, I think almost $2.5 million now this year.
Wow.
So I think we're ahead of anybody out there. So at least close, if not ahead of everybody out there.
Okay. And since you guys don't seem to have as many sales as some of the competitors seem to do, are you willing to match any sales if someone sends you information about a sale?
We don't do sell matching. We're not in the chase them game. We often do 50% off. We've done that pretty much almost every day since we've been open.
Yep.
So you had the code for that. We do sell, like we did one that we have one going on right now that you have out there, that's 80% off.
Yep.
So we don't try to chase every little sell that's out there. We think we offer a consistently good low price, and again, often have half off, and then sometimes we have it 80% off.
Yeah, and it probably could create some customer service volume that really is not necessary.
No,
on that.
We give people discounts constantly, and we're always putting them out there, and you have them on your Facebook group, and make sure everybody's always aware of them and all that. So yeah.
Another big question we get is the trailing drawdown. A lot of people would like to see trailing drawdowns change to end of day drawdown instead of equity high. Any thoughts why you have trailing versus the equity high?
Well, I got 2 things on that for you. One is the equity, the end of day trailing drawdown always has a daily drawdown attached to it. So they can wait. It doesn't move with their live amount on the day, but if they're down like say $500, then they lose their account, even when they have a funded account with those companies.
Right.
So the end of day drawdown looks really good until you look at the fact that it has a very small daily drawdown that will fail you not only in evaluation, but in funded. And so it's harder to keep your account. I mean, one simple mistake could blow the entire account. Because I mean, $500, limit on the day. Now people have asked for that. And so we are looking at adding that, but we will again have the daily drawdown with the end of day drawdown.
All right.
So,
Okay.
you really got to weigh which one's best for you. And based on our payouts and our growth and the people that pass our PAs and the people that get paid out, people are obviously do a lot better with the trailing. They just have to learn to manage their profit and manage their risk. And the big thing to remember, and I think people forget about this, is in a funded account, what we do, again, instead of having like that daily drawdown and all that stuff, is we actually stop trailing completely once you've hit your funded amount.
Yeah.
So once that trail has moved up, let's say you have a $50,000 account, once it's at $50,000, $50,100, then it doesn't trail at all.
Yeah.
And so we have people that have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 buffers. They have a $300,000 drawdown, because they have so much money in their account. So it's really only there to begin with to protect the account, to protect the initial capital. And then after that, there is no trail.
Yeah.
So if people look at it as, a little bit longer term, not huge long term, but just all I got to do is get past the 50,100 trailing threshold on a $50,000 account on a funded account, and it no longer trails, then wouldn't you much rather have a trailing drawdown that stops trailing completely as have an end of day that can knock you out of, a $500 daily loss in eval and funded?
Right. Yeah. I think a lot of traders in our community, just want to find easier ways to pass the test sometimes.
Right.
And I know that trailing drawdown has gotten me in the past and gets traders in the past. But I'm sure just the end of day would also have gotten me along the way. So,
especially with the daily drawdown built into it.
Yeah. So I think I'm comfortable with the trailing drawdown. And I definitely know that at the PA account, once you get past your account plus $100, it no longer follows you. And that's where you really want it to work for you. And you're making money at that point too. So
exactly.
So
I just feel that's a better setup for traders than like felling them, because they had a daily limit. Right. So we are looking at adding a plan like that, but I still think traders are better off with the trailing. I think it serves them better.
All right. What about plans for adding any type of other trading platforms like a Trade-O-Vate or TradingView or?
We're looking at adding both of those, hopefully by the end of the year.
Okay. That was an easy answer for it. Yeah. Because I believe they all connect to Rhythmic. So it seems like, in your back end, and there's a way to figure it out.
It actually now it's moving over to CQG because Ninja bought them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ninja bought Trade-O-Vate.
Yeah. So now it's moving over to CQG. So,
okay. Great. Another question we get is when they pass their evaluation and they go for a PA account, a lot of people don't like the daily or the monthly fee that they have to pay.
Right.
And some people want just a one-time payment fee instead of a daily fee, or if you could reduce the fees. Is any consideration of having a choice of paying a monthly fee for your PA account, or just maybe paying a one-time fee and you pay that, you're done. If you fail it in 3 days, sorry, you paid the one-time fee, but you had at least a choice of a monthly or a one-time fee.
Not really. I mean, the one-time fees are a lot larger on the companies that do have those. And we are actually hoping for our traders to be successful. So we put on them being here a long time. And the reality is there is a monthly fee associated with those accounts that we have to pay.
Yep.
So we got to cover that cost. And we plan on them, like I said, being here a long time. So we want to make sure our costs are lined up so that way we're healthy. So that way, we're healthy for the trader. So, yeah, but I mean, it really shouldn't be a big deal. If you can't make $85 a month to cover the fee, the goal is to make, thousands, right?
Right.
So hopefully it should be, that's a small fee to pay to have, somebody else's capital where you're not risking anything. So
Okay, very good. And then another question we get is the rule of consistency. Everybody says it's not really clear on Apex about what the consistency rule is. I'm not sure it's really clear anywhere about the consistency rule, but can you clear up anything about a consistency rule, or just want to maybe say how it really works with Apex?
oh yeah, we have like 3 hours of videos on our website that go through every possible example. So it's very clear if you spend the time on the website. But really, the only issues we have are people who go for windfalls, lucky windfalls. Like they'll go in and they'll go like they'll go in full contracts for a CPI report, and then they're just going in and flipping micros each day.
Yeah.
Right after that, just trying to get a payout. So that, and we actually list that specifically in our contract and on our side on the facts as not being allowed. Like we're looking for consistency because people go and they try to go one direction on one P account and one direction on the other P account with everything. Well, that doesn't help us, which doesn't help the traders, right? So it needs to be mutually beneficial. The whole goal is mutually beneficial. We're just looking for traders who consistently are able to go in and make profits. Now, they have losses. Yeah, we don't care. They change size. We don't care. We're just looking for some consistency. And the only thing that we've really ever hit anybody on is the very clear rule of no lucky windfalls. So we've never knocked somebody out because we didn't like how their strategy was. We don't have time to monitor 3,000, 4,000, 20,000 accounts strategies.
Right.
So we do have, algorithms that see if there's lucky windfalls and then small trades after that, stuff like that. But just to see if somebody's, trying to, work the system.
Right.
But that really is the only, and we've had, I don't know, 20,000 something performance accounts, more than that. And the only thing we've ever called anybody out on is the lucky windfalls. So if you want to make it simple, what those 3 hours come down to, they come down to people trying to play lucky windfalls. And we probably only had 20 people. And we're talking 3,000 traders a month passing, 4,000 traders a month passing. We've only had 20 people that have actually tried to work the system that way. So in our life of our company. Right. So it's really, and we let them know, we talk to them, hey, this isn't allowed, we have a conversation with them. And we give them a chance. If they're like, no, this was my strategy. It's like, okay, well, show it, and we, give them a chance to come back. But that's all we've ever come back on. So it's really not vague. If you read the PA contract, it's not vague in the facts. It's not vague in the videos. It's very clear, and we're not looking to be nitpicky. We don't have time to be nitpicky. So we're just looking for traders, who are not trying to game the system. And beyond that, trade however you want to.
Okay. All right, good.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense, certainly. Okay. Yeah, I can see people trying to game the system, especially on news events. Like we got CPI tomorrow, and you could go one way and just get two accounts and try to go different ways and try to pass that account, or I can see how people can try to game the system, and that's really not going to help their overall trading or even sustain themselves in an account over time.
Right. Exactly. So we're very clear about that not being allowed. So that it's not vague.
So Apex Trading Funding has quite a bit more than this, and this is an area that I really need to improve on over the next 6 months to a year, is to learn some of the other things that you have or you offer. I know you have more in the line of education and things outside of just the funding company that can help traders. So do you want to mention any about those products that you have available?
Yeah, we have apexinvesting.com. So, which is a company I've owned for, like I said, about 15 years. And it's free for the first month. That includes a trade room, trading tools, education, how-to videos, the exact setups that I trade, and the other traders trade. You can follow along with me and a couple other traders that do call-out trades in the room. The second month, and you don't even put a credit card down for that. The second month is $1, and then it's $200 a month after that. Or you can pay a lifetime fee, whatever. But the idea is within 60 days, you either got to figure out either this is something I want to pursue, and hopefully you're profitable by then, or at least figuring out that this is starting to work, I'm starting to get it, or not. So versus trying to charge you $10,000 and, that didn't work for you, buy our other $10,000 course. Yeah. I built Apex Investing like I wish somebody would have built it for me when I started out. So you can come in, you can try it out for free, all that. We also have, other software. We have a trade copier for trading multiple accounts. There's a couple of them out there. You know, you can use ours, you can use someone else's. You know, we're not picky about that. We just provided it as a service. And yeah, I mean, like I said, big community of traders and active trading rooms and everything else, and didn't cost you anything to check it out.
Okay, well, great. Thank you. That is something that I'm going to look at going forward to get myself a little bit more educated on on everything that you guys offer there. Is there anything else you would like the trading community to know about Apex Trader Funding?
We're committed to, you know, bringing quality service. I think we have some of the best customer service in the industry out there, and, you know, quality programs and payouts. And we're always adding new features and new, you know, things. Like I said, we have a lot of cool stuff coming out later in the year, and you know, we're always looking for feedback. And I appreciate the questions you had today. And, you know, I hope we can help out a lot of traders, you know, make some good money. So like I said, we all win when that happens.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Darrell. We thank you for your company and allowing the chance for traders to potentially change their life and do some things that they never thought they could do. And hopefully you guys are doing that. So keep it up. And I'd like to thank you for the time that you did for the interview. The questions came straight from my Facebook group. So some of them were straight on point blank and you answered them. So I appreciate that.
No
Even
problem.
though they may not get all the answers they wanted, at least they've heard the answers from you guys. So
Yeah,
that's what really matters.
I appreciate you having me on and the time. And, you know, if there's anything I can do to help anybody, let me know.
All right. Thank you, Darrell. Take care, man.
Hey, you have a great one.
And that was the interview that I had this past week with Darrell. I'd like to thank Darrell for allowing, taking the time to do that. That's the second interview that I've conducted. And so I'm new at all this, you know, interview type stuff, but it's kind of fun to do. It's kind of fun to have someone on and talk to them opposed to me just trying to trade and talk to you all out there. It's fun to have that interaction. So I hope you enjoyed that interview with Darrell. In addition, like I said, we will be offering a $300,000 account evaluation account free for those members in my Facebook room with a chance to win. So look for a post on that. You do need to join in order to potentially win the $300,000 account at facebook.com/groups/prop trader. And we'll also be having an exclusive sale that won't be posted anywhere else, but just in that group. So another reason to join that group. Darrell is very good about, you know, his discounts, a 50% discount, basically since they've started. That's currently what's going on right now. And you can get that link and the description below, along with the coupon code. Appreciate y'all giving time to watch the interview with Darrell. As we get ready to start that trading week in about 20 minutes, the markets will open. I will be doing a live trading broadcast Wednesday morning at 8:15 Central, 9:15 Eastern. So, as always, I suggest that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and that way you'll get notified when I go in the air. And if you could just give me a thumbs up or a like, helps the channel out. I appreciate you taking all your time to watch, and we'll see you again. Hope you enjoyed that interview. Again, that was Darrell with Apex Trader Funding. Take care, everybody. Peace out.